This is just a quick video on how to make a proper data table, and I chose to do it on Google Spreadsheet because if you have to make a graph, it just makes it nice and easy to already have the data here, and you can copy this data table anywhere you need to go. So the first way I'm going to start off my data table is to remember how many trials do I need to have minimum. Hopefully you answered 3, so I need to have at least 3 minimum trials. So I'm going to type in for 3 trials. You can of course do more if you would like. All right, and then usually we'll probably have to calculate some sort of average, so I'm going to include that. Next thing I'm also going to include is what we're actually testing. So we'll have plane 1 for member 1, plane 2 for member 2, plane 3 for member 3, and plane 4 for member 4. If you have a 5th member, you'll have another plane 5. If you only have 3, you only have 3 planes. Okay, the other thing we need to have is data tables should have border lines. So in order to get that, I'm going to go to here and it's going to say borders. And then I'm going to click on this where it says all borders. So that way I get nice dark lines. It makes your data table look nice and neat, easy to read. Okay, the next thing you're going to note is that we need to have units. All right, so I'm going to put the units on the trial. So this is saying that everything in this row is being measured in Chromebooks. And the reason why I'm putting it on the side and not actually with the number inside my data table is because if you have to graph, having units inside your data table will mess up your graph. So that's why it's just nice and easy to put them on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to just fill in some numbers here. So plane 1, plane 2, and plane 4. All right, so obviously some fake data of how many Chromebooks they went. All right, so when I'm ready, then I can just click, hold down my mouse, drag, Control C, and then I can click over to my Great Paper Airplane document, click wherever I want to paste it, Control V, and it's going to ask you if you want to link the spreadsheet or paste it unlinked. And I'm going to say we're going to paste it linked, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so we can see here, we can see our numbers. So let's say I made a mistake or a group member made a mistake, and these 3s should really be 13s. Guys, so notice I changed it here. If I go back to this document, there's an update button here, so I can just click that and it'll update the table. So if a mistake happens, like you don't have to recopy it every time, you can just hit the update button, which I think is a nice little tool to have. All right, so just a reminder, a proper data table is going to have labels in the columns and rows. There should be units somewhere on your table, and you should have border lines. Okay, so that's what makes a good, clear table.